Hey guys, today I'm bringing you a video which is another sub replay, and this time we're analyzing a game played by a Rock, or Raresh as I know him. And today he's driving the Yege, which was my very first tier 10 tank, and I mainly loved it purely because of the sound of the gun, because the gun is just amazing. The pen is lovely, you do around 800 damage per shot, and that makes it a very fun tank to have. But as with most of these, it's actually harder to carry in the TE because you generally don't have a turret, and that means that if they get behind you, you're basically screwed. So Raresh does a good job going with the team and basically keeping his attention on where the mets will likely be, because A, you will do more damage there, and B, he also has to avoid getting them behind him. But he is being very forwards here, and he actually does take a shot of damage because of it, from a tank that he won't be able to hit because the tank will peak a lot faster than he will be able to shoot. But luckily the enemy team has some potatoes as well, and when this guy shoots and then pulls back, Raresh manages to get an epic damage shot into him. And just like that, he's almost dead. Now Raresh uses the bridge as cover while the Leo is killed, but his teammate lost a lot of health as well, and he needs to be careful. He does get a nice damage shot in again, but then he pulls back, which is good, but overall this is not the position you want to be in with this tank, because when you have the low ground, it's a lot easier for your enemy to shoot you and damage you, while it is harder and harder for you to get your own shots in. But he does angle well when he pulls back, and that's his luck basically, and he doesn't take too much damage. And as he does so, he actually also gets a nice damage shot in, and just before he fires, he checks whether or not he can pen it with HE, and that's a really good call, because if he could have, he would have done a lot more damage. And this is another reason why I feel that he shouldn't have gone down, because as he pulls up, he gets away with it, but you have to expose yourself a heck lot when you're pulling back like this, and without a turret, you're not really as effective. You can't really do all that much damage yourself, so you need to be extra careful doing that. But I do like how he's switching in and out of sniper mode almost continuously to see what he can and can't shoot. And now the team's other Yege is pretty much going YOLO, and this is actually good for Raresh and the Death Star, because Raresh can now pretty safely take a shot, and he takes care that it pens, and that leaves the guy a one shot for pretty much everyone. But there's only really big guns around now, and basically this is a very tough pickle because there's too many enemy guns left alive. Their team's Yege is steadily dying, but Raresh does get another nice shot in before pulling back further together with the Death Star. And this is where things start going wrong, because the Death Star is being too forwards and Raresh is being too hesitant. And that's not really Raresh's fault. Basically the 183 should have gone behind him and used him as cover so that they were effective together. And because the situation is pretty dire, you basically get a sort of panicky play now, and Raresh pulls back, which leaves a very light armored Death Star to fend for itself basically. And the problem that they now have is that on one side you want to be able to do the damage you can, but at the other hand they really need to make kill shots now. And aside from enemy numbers, they're in a really bad position, because it's very easy for the enemy to peek-a-boom them where they are, especially when they're at a loss as to which target to shoot at. And here Raresh makes the biggest mistake. He shoots out of sniper mode, misses, and then decides to try and save the 183, but by doing it this way, he's also throwing off the aim of the 183, and he gets the 183 killed because he can't move with him right in front of him. And this is generally why I dislike people trying to save me, because they're impeding my movement, they're also keeping me from shooting targets, and overall it does more bad than good because they will also take damage. And stuff like that can really cost you the game, and even though Raresh's heart is in the right place, it didn't work out this time, and it actually might have made them lose. Now I hope you guys enjoyed this sub replay, I hope you guys like the way that I'm doing these, and I'll be seeing you guys the next time again.